Wanda the Glamorous Window Cleaner by Nanny Linda. Wanda the window cleaner really loved her job. She had inherited the business from her dad's brother, Uncle Bob. She had a large white van and all the pipes, brushes, sponges and hose, and written on the side was, "Windows cleaned by Wanda Rose." She always wears steel toe cap boots and baggy denim dungarees, which are covered in coloured patches, especially on her knees. She ties up her long dark hair with a scarf and sometimes with ribbons and lace, and wears false eyelashes and lipstick on her very pretty face. She certainly looks a picture as she goes about her day, cleaning all the windows in such a glamorous way. "She doesn't look like your average window cleaner," Uncle Bob said to Wanda's dad, "but at least she has found something that she wants to do now, and for that you must be glad." Wanda had a busy route and her customer list was full, and now she had received a request from the pub landlord of the Angry Bull. She didn't want to refuse him because it was her old school friend Robbie Best, and he had married her all-time best friend, little Angelina West. So Wanda decided to take on the work as it would be a job for a Saturday morning every fourth week. Then, when she was finished, she could have a nice pub lunch, which would be an extra treat. Mondays she worked in Chaffinch Lane, 10 houses which could take all day, and the customers were always offering her tea and cake. They were very friendly that way. Tuesdays she was at the local hospital where she would give the patients a wave, and such a pretty window cleaner could brighten up their day. And if she had some time to spare, she would pop in for a little chat, as there was always a patient or two that she knew, and also the nurses Regina and Matt. On Wednesday she did the library, police station and the local vet, and Thursdays was the playgroup, Sid the Barber and Nails by Yvette. Fridays she did her neck of the woods, Water Lily Drive, and always left her house until last and finished around about 5. One day as she was driving from the police station to the local vet, she heard and saw a commotion outside the laundrette. The machines were being robbed by a man in a knitted mask, and he was frightening people and barging past them, knocking them over as he was running past. The robber was waving a gun and tripped over a basket of laundry and stumbled around on the floor, which halted his progress for a few seconds before he reached the door. There was absolute mayhem, customers screaming and dashing around. Then the robber yelled at them all to get down on the ground. There was only one car parked outside the laundrette with the driver's door open wide, and Wanda assumed correctly that this was the robber's getaway ride. Wanda stopped her van abruptly and ran and lifted up the bonnet of his car, then sprayed water onto his engine so that he couldn't travel very far. The police cars came from both directions in an attempt to block his escape, and when the robber saw his predicament, he knew it was too late. Stupidly, he decided to make a run for it and took off on his toes, but Wanda was too quick for him and lassoed him with her hose. She hadn't yet turned off the water, so it was spraying everywhere, but she had caught him like a cowgirl and didn't even mess up her hair. She stood over him like a warrior with her hands upon her hips, eyelashes and makeup still immaculate, and ruby red shining lips. The robber thought he had hit his head. It was such an unusual sight, being caught by a window cleaning pretty girl, and he didn't even fight. The policeman thanked her and took control and handed Wanda back her hose. Water still spraying everywhere, she was wet from her head to her toes. She turned it off and placed the hose lasso back into her van, and when she looked up, she was being smiled at by a very handsome policeman. "Can you come to the police station to give a statement sometime? Today or maybe tomorrow? Either will be just fine." So Wanda went to the police station and again met the handsome policeman, who introduced himself to her as PC Alexander McCann. She gave her statement to PC McCann, who praised her for what she had done at the time, and how brave and imaginative she had been in preventing the robber from escaping the scene of the crime. When Wanda had left, PC McCann said to his colleague, PC Steve Line, That Wanda is a glamorous window cleaner. I may have to call her sometime. Wanda had become the talk of the town about how she had saved the day in apprehending the robber in such a glamorous and imaginative way. It was in the local paper and on the local news too, about a glamorous window cleaner catching a robber with a hose lasso. One Saturday night, Wanda and Alexander McCann met up for a drink and a chat. He suggested that she could join the police force, but Wanda didn't fancy that. It wasn't long before there was a proposal, as P.C. McCann had fallen in love the first time that he had seen her, and he wanted to marry the beautiful and brave Wanda the Glamorous window cleaner.